There are many elements that go into creating an unforgettable shot. The shot size, the framing, the camera angle. In our last episode, we talked about how focal length, or depth of field, modifies how a shot looks. But in this episode, we'll cover how camera equipment affects how a shot feels, and how choosing the right camera gear can make or break a scene. This is episode 5 of The Shot List. Camera gear.
Action!
The more familiar a filmmaker is with the various camera rigs, the better equipped they are to capture a visual. In this video, we'll be examining 12 types of camera rigs and gear, working our way from the most fundamental to some of the most unique ways to film a shot. Along the way, we'll update a shot list made in Studio Binder, which you can download and reference in your next project. Let's start with the most basic of camera rigs, the handheld shot. Many handheld shots are taken with a shoulder rig, like this, or an easy rig. The movement of a handheld shot is meant to be shaky. And filmmakers can use jagged handheld shots to heighten the intensity of a scene. Or they can use it more subtly to establish intimacy.
The latest increase in heating oil prices. Renters in the metro area.
Okay, hold on. Don't shoot. You see where you're going? Mm-hmm. Okay.
The opening scene of Avengers: Endgame uses the handheld shot for both intensity and intimacy.
Ready?
In the beginning of the scene, the camera's shake is subtle, but its documentary-style presence makes us feel like we're standing right there, watching this intimate moment.
Mind your elbow. Good job, Hawkeye. Go get your arrow.
But when Hawkeye's family disappears,
Lila, let's go. Lila.
the camera shake intensifies.
Babe. Babe. Boys.
We can feel his panic.
Boys. Laura.
A handheld camera can be effective at increasing intensity or intimacy. But there are times when a shot may not benefit from any camera shake at all. Enter our next camera rig, the tripod. Tripods, sometimes referred to as sticks, are a fixed three-legged support mechanism, great for either static shots or shots with movement, if movement is needed.
Very good.
A fluid head tripod allows the camera to smoothly pan left and right, or tilt up and down. The static framing of a tripod is ideal when you don't want to distract from the subjects within the frame, like in dialogue scenes.
You're nothing to me now. You're not a brother. You're not a friend. I don't want to know you or what you do.
Emotional single shots, and shots that focus on blocking and staging. In this precisely framed static shot from Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson mounts the camera to the tripod and keeps it locked.
She's been murdered, and you think I did it.
He takes advantage of the depth and blocking of the shot for comedic effect. It's a memorable moment, and it's achieved with a simple static tripod shot. Moving on, our next camera rig, The pedestal. A pedestal is a camera mechanism that moves vertically up and down for smaller vertical motions when you want to match the movement of an actor. Establish a world, or to build suspense. Let's look at this scene.
Are you aware of the job I've been ordered to carry out in France?
Yes, but the Germans looked through my house 9 months ago for hiding Jews and found nothing.
Yeah. I'm aware of that.
In the opening scene of Inglourious Bastards, Tarantino uses Hitchcock's theory of suspense.
People are sitting around a table, very dull. Take the same scene and tell the audience there is a bomb under that table.
Ages of the children?
And he does it with a downward pedestal shot.
I'm not really sure.
To reveal a metaphorical bomb under the table.
Well, I guess that should do it.
But what would this moment look like if Tarantino chose to cut instead?
Or 19. I'm not really sure.
Not nearly as suspenseful, is it? The slow movement of the pedestal shows how brilliantly this camera rig can build suspense.
Je prends congé de vous. Je vous dis adieu.
Now, sometimes filmmakers want big vertical movements that a pedestal cannot achieve. This is where cranes and jibs come into play. Although the scale of the equipment may differ, the terms crane and jib are often used interchangeably. Both use arms to extend the camera outward and smoothly glide it left, right, up, or down. The large camera movements that a crane achieves can also be used to highlight a specific emotion of a shot. Whether it be isolation, freedom, or spectacle, as seen in Spectre. This crane captures the scene's production design. Blocking. And camera movement. All in one smooth, long take. But if you're looking to capture an extreme high angle or overhead, but don't have a camera crane at the ready, our next camera equipment provides the answer. Overhead rigs. An overhead rig can capture perfect top-down shots in a variety of scenarios, within a variety of budgets. An overhead shot like this is great for communicating details within inserts, POVs, and God view shots. Named for their objective, omniscient perspective. Few filmmakers embrace this technique more than Martin Scorsese. In Casino, there is a direct parallel to omniscience. Not just to the surveillance cameras, which Sam refers to as the eye in the sky,
and the eye in the sky is watching us all,
but to Sam's ability to see and know everything that happens in his casino. Consider this moment when he suspects a pair of cheaters.
Now here's this guy reading the dealer's hole card and signaling his buddy at this table.
With an overhead shot like this, we recognize Sam as the all-knowing, all-powerful casino boss that he is. While Scorsese most likely didn't use an overhead rig, you can achieve similar God's Eye view shots when the budget or location makes a crane impossible. Moving on. Our next camera rig also prioritizes movement and precision. The dolly. A dolly is a wheeled apparatus that a camera is mounted on. The tracks can be either straight or curved. The dolly is perfect when you need to smoothly push into a character, or pull out, or track their lateral movements as they are walking, running, or fighting. Like in the Korean action thriller, Old Boy. The use of the dolly in this scene allows us to smoothly follow the action, free from the distractions of camera shakes or rapid-fire cutting, making this long take especially unique and memorable. But dollies require heavy equipment and operational effort. As a result, camera sliders have become a practical and economical alternative that achieves a smaller but similar effect. Or, if you need to cover long distances or glide past obstructions, like trees, you might also consider a cable cam. And you compare a dolly movement with a lens zoom to create a vertigo effect, like this. We have an entire video breaking down the dolly zoom, aka the Zolly, so be sure to check it out. Our next rig allows a camera to move steadily across most terrains without tracks. The stabilizer. A stabilizer is an apparatus that holds a camera in a manner that compensates for unwanted camera shake, allowing the camera operator to move freely in any direction. The camera shake is eliminated either with counterweights, such as in a Steadicam, or with motorized gimbals that rely on battery power. Stabilizers allow a shot to move with the blocking of an actor more organically than a dolly. Ideal for long takes, moving through large sets, or complex tracking shots, as demonstrated in Parasite. In the most pivotal scene of the film, this Steadicam shot builds an incredible amount of suspense. It moves through the tightest of spaces quickly and smoothly, in a way no other type of camera gear or rig could achieve. Finally, landing on the film's plot twist. But what if your scene calls for a more subjective camera movement, one that creates a sense of imbalance? That's where the SnorriCam comes in. A SnorriCam, also referred to as the chest cam, body cam, or body mount, is a device that rigs the camera to the body of an actor. The SnorriCam establishes a dynamic point of view that hinges on the movements of the actor.
Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise!
This can be used to create vertigo, dizziness,
Pow!
panic. It can also be used to make the audience feel the tragedy of a character, as brilliantly executed in Requiem for a Dream. The snorri cam is used to capture both the actor's face and a point of view, making it nearly impossible not to feel the character's emotions, anxiety, and nausea.
Okay.
The snorri cam is a very specialized camera rig. When used in the right context, it can completely immerse the audience into a character's experience. While a snorri cam shot depends on the movement of an actor, our next camera rig depends on the movement of a vehicle. Vehicle mounts. A vehicle mount is a camera rig that simply mounts a camera to a fixed point on a vehicle. Vehicle mounts are used for cars,
Royale with cheese.
Royale with you.
bikes, helicopters. Sometimes a vehicle mount is the only type of camera gear that can capture the realism and intensity of a moment. Like in this scene from Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation.
Open the door!
Cruise literally hangs off an Airbus as it takes flight. And since it's unlikely any camera operator will willingly strap themselves to a plane, a vehicle mount is the only way to capture this moment. No CG here. Speaking of planes, let's take to the air with our next type of camera gear. Drones. In the past, helicopters used to be the most practical means of shooting aerial shots, allowing cinematographers to capture some of the most iconic, establishing shots in cinema. But with the advancements in drone technology, aerial shots have become accessible to filmmakers with all budgets. Whoa! Drones can capture a wide variety of aerial shots, like grand establishing shots, wild chase scenes, or unique establishing shots as seen in Bohemian Rhapsody. This scene seamlessly combines the use of a drone and a crane in a single shot, from a large swooping aerial into a close-up. Speaking of unique shots, our next camera rig has allowed some of the most creative shots in cinema. Let's take a look at motion control. Motion control is a device that allows for the complete control and precise repetition of camera movement. It effectively captures time-lapse shots.
This is gonna be a good night.
Everyone's saying different things to me, different things to me.
And stop-motion animation relies heavily on motion control cameras. But its most common use in film today is for visual effects. By using motion control, two shots can be taken with the exact same camera movement and precise framing. David Fincher uses motion control masterfully in The Social Network. He used motion control to replicate precise camera movements so VFX artists could create the Winklevoss twins in post.
And Army, I need you to assume the same position that Josh has right now, and then I need you guys to swap. I need to see if there's any difference in height for the B camera.
The result is effective and convincing.
Mark? You Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah? You guys look like you spent some time at the gym.
We have to.
Why?
We wrote crew.
And cut it. Save that one. Cutting.
So, we've covered how to shoot on land and in the air. Let's dive into how to shoot underwater. Underwater camera housing. Underwater camera housing is a completely waterproof case that allows control of the camera when fully submerged in water. It enables filmmakers to capture the suspense and action below the surface.
Oh, I don't know where I told her that. For my next trick!
I'm gonna f***ing kill myself.
I miss the earth so much. I miss my life. It's lonely out in space.
Shooting in water can make a shot more immersive.
On such a timeless flight.
Or, as in Moonlight, more intimate. This scene could have been shot with a long telephoto lens from shore. But by using underwater housing, we can see the water partially fill the frame, as if we're floating with the characters.
You're in the middle of the world.
The underwater housing creates an intimate and anxious effect beyond what any other camera rig could have achieved. And these are the 12 camera mechanisms, each with their own unique, emotive properties. So now, let's put them to practice. In this scene from Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan uses different camera mechanisms to make the narrative dynamic, immersive, and completely engaging. We'll do our best to identify the various rigs Nolan might have used. Can you identify them all? Let's watch. Did you identify all of Nolan's camera mechanisms? Selecting the right camera gear for the moment can play the key role in making a scene engaging and emotionally resonant. A clear shot list equals a clear game plan for a scene. You can do it with free shot listing software like Studio Binder, where all of these camera mechanisms are listed out for you. Check the links in the description for a cheat sheet of all the camera mechanisms we covered in this video, along with articles on more rigs, lenses, and other cinematography essentials. In the next episode of this series, we'll explore camera movement and how the best filmmakers in the world use simple but powerful movement decisions to create memorable moments. Subscribe, click the bell, and we'll see you in the next episode.